Aloha, my name is Aboabo. I'm here with Vincent Juan and Madison Ploeger, and we're going to be talking about enhancing crosswalk safety in Kailua, Hawaii. We're going to cover our community assessment, data, nursing diagnosis, interventions, and evaluation of intervention. So, why did we choose this topic? Choosing the issue of crosswalk safety is important because it affects everyone, regardless of age, background, or location. Pedestrian safety is a shared concern in communities around the world, impacting not only those who walk but also drivers, cyclists, and others who navigate the streets. By focusing on crosswalk safety, we address a widespread issue that has the potential to prevent injuries and save lives, creating safer, more accessible environments for all. So first, we identified a problem in Kailua. There is an insufficient number of crosswalks and pedestrian safety measures, making the environment dangerous for both pedestrians and drivers. According to Hawaii Department of Transportation, there have been several close calls and accidents in the area, with 3 pedestrian fatalities and 21 other pedestrian-related accidents, including 2 children. So first, we're going to be talking about the population and demographics here in Kailua, Hawaii. Kailua, Hawaii has 40,000 residents with a growing population. It's diverse with a mix of white, Asian, Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander, and multiracial residents. A significant proportion of 22% is 65 or older. Median household income is 140,000 with a low poverty rate of 4.1%. Housing is expensive with median home values of 1.2 million and rents around 3,000. Education, Kailua offers public schools, elementary, intermediate, and high school, and a private school like Trinity Christian School. Educational attainment is high, with over half of the adults holding a bachelor's degree or higher. Healthcare access. Residents generally have health insurance, and access to primary care appears to be improving. There are few uninsured individuals, but tracking healthcare access is important. Community service, RYSE, they support homeless youth, while Kailua offers alternatives to youth incarceration. Adventist Health Castle provides medical care, and there are local police and fire departments for safety. For recreational and environment, there's a Kailua Beach, which is the major draw with clear waters and calm shore breaks. However, litter and gradual environmental decay are becoming concerns. For infrastructure and transportation, Kailua has key transit hubs and easy access to services like gas stations, restaurants, and schools. Housing developments, new residential developments like Kamalanai townhomes and Windward Passage offer modern living spaces, but the real estate market remains costly. And community engagement, there's Kailua local churches, library, and community outreach efforts contribute to a strong sense of community, though environmental cleanup initiatives are needed to address growing waste issues.
Hi, I'm Vincent Juan, and I'm going to be talking about our community nursing diagnosis and interventions in enhancing crosswalk safety in Kailua, Hawaii. Kailua has a major pedestrian safety problem due to the lack of crosswalks and traffic controls, which has led to many accidents and deaths among pedestrians, schoolchildren, commuters, and tourists. The Hawaii Department of Transportation reports that many people in Honolulu have died in traffic accidents, with pedestrians and cyclists being the most affected. Some raised crosswalks have been added, but drivers still speed and get distracted, which leads to crashes. From January to October 2024, there were 38 traffic deaths. 9 were motor vehicle passengers, 13 were pedestrians, including 3 homeless individuals, and 9 were motorcyclists. 3 people on scooters and 4 bicyclists also died, one of whom was homeless. No ATV deaths were reported, and the number of accidents in Kailua is high, with 3 pedestrian deaths and 21 other pedestrian-related crashes involving 2 children. These numbers show the urgent need for better pedestrian safety and traffic control. The nursing diagnosis or goal setting we came up for the Kailua community is to improve pedestrian safety and reduce traffic-related accidents in Kailua. As student nurses, we aim to establish safer crosswalks, better traffic signage, and stricter enforcement of traffic rules. To do this, we plan on working with local government, schools, and organizations like Walkwise Hawaii. We intend to raise awareness about pedestrian safety and encourage driving habits to create a safer environment for residents, school children, commuters, and tourists by promoting education, advocacy, and practical safety measures. Walkwise Hawaii is the Hawaii Department of Transportation's pedestrian safety education program. They aim to increase awareness and promote safe pedestrian habits among residents. Partnering with Walkwise Hawaii and local schools to organize safe walking events would bring students, parents, and community members together to walk designated routes, demonstrating the importance of pedestrian awareness. By participating, children and adults can learn safe walking habits such as using crosswalks, making eye contact with drivers, and being aware of their surroundings. These events can also highlight areas in need of better crosswalks and traffic signals, providing valuable feedback to local officials. Encouraging students to take part in these activities instills lifelong safety habits and creates a culture of awareness that can lead to long-term improvements in pedestrian safety. Some other things we can educate on for pedestrian safety consist of always using the sidewalk, and if there is none, walk facing oncoming traffic. It is also important to wear bright clothes and reflective materials to be easily seen, along with staying alert for vehicles. When crossing the street, make sure to always look left, right, and left again to make sure there are no incoming vehicles. Also, making eye contact with drivers before crossing in front of stopped cars. For drivers, they must stop until pedestrians have safely crossed in front of them. If a pedestrian is approaching from the other side of the road, vehicles must stop and allow them to cross. This also applies for oncoming traffic, as it is illegal to overtake a car that is stopped for a pedestrian at an intersection. Drivers should also slow down, stay alert, and watch for pedestrians to ensure their safety. On multi-lane roads, be cautious as pedestrians can be blocked from sight by stopped vehicles. At night or in low light, use headlights and watch for people wearing dark clothing. When backing out of parking spaces or driveways, check for pedestrians, especially children who may be hard to see. Also, it is also important to make sure that you are physically and mentally fit to drive, as any changes in health can affect your abilities. Educating the community on traffic safety is just as important as improving infrastructure. Distributing pamphlets with information about safe driving practices can help encourage responsible behavior among residents and commuters. These pamphlets can emphasize the dangers of speeding, distracted driving, and failure to yield to pedestrians. Simple actions like obeying speed limits, staying off phones while driving, and slowing down in school zones can significantly reduce accidents. When drivers are more aware of the impact of their actions, they are more likely to drive responsibly. Education empowers individuals to make safer choices, creating a community where both pedestrians and drivers are mindful of each other and committed to preventing accidents. Improving pedestrian safety in Kailua requires a combination of education, community engagement, and responsible driving. By organizing safe walking events, promoting awareness, and encouraging safe driving habits, the community can work together to reduce accidents. Simple actions like using crosswalks, obeying traffic laws, and staying alert can make a big difference. When both pedestrians and drivers are mindful of safety, Kailua becomes a safer place for everyone.
My name is Madison Ploeger, and I will be covering the evaluation and conclusion of pedestrian safety interventions in Kailua. Our evaluation has a two-pronged approach of short-term goals and long-term goals. Our short-term goals center on increasing community awareness through safe walking events with Walkwise Hawaii and distributing educational or informational pamphlets to encourage safer pedestrian and driver behaviors, while also gathering feedback to pinpoint high-risk areas needing upgrades like better lighting or crosswalks. Our long-term goals aid lowering of pedestrian-related accidents and fatalities by advocating for infrastructure improvements such as traffic signals and enhanced crosswalks, alongside sustaining those short-term goals and distributing educational pamphlets to hopefully embed lasting habits. Progress will be measured through follow-on surveys and ongoing observations of behavioral changes. The conclusion ties it all together, emphasizing Kailua's pressing pedestrian safety problem, driven by insufficient crosswalks and traffic control. With 13 pedestrian deaths in Honolulu in 2024 and Kailua's own tally of 3 fatalities and 21 accidents in 2023, it proposes practical, budget-friendly solutions like community partnership, awareness campaigns, and simple fixes like speed bumps or signage, rather than costly options like stoplights. By fostering a culture of mindfulness amongst drivers and walkers, Kailua can preserve its laid-back beach community appeal while making the streets safer for pedestrian, kids, commuters, and tourists, and in turn lowering that number of fatalities and accidents, and in time hopefully minimizing them and eradicating them completely.